quick update. I've got Techna back, and I am going to go and retrieve her. They have an appointment open for me at 4:20. I don't smoke pot, okay? But oh, the opportunity those numbers lend me. Anyways, I'm going to go pick him up. I should say pick her up. I typically don't name my devices or give them a feminine air, but granted, I have done so with every piece of technology I've ever owned for some strange reason. I've had Techna, and then Techna 2, and now Yoros. So, yeah, I sense a theme here. But let me go ahead and do a quick review of Power Rangers Ninja Storm. Not Ninja Storm. What am I talking about? Power Rangers Super Dino Charge. And the episode was called Date with Danger. And Chase was... his intentions were mainly focused on himself and this date with a girl that he really liked. And he was showing off all of his different mad skills as a skateboarder. And the whole gang was thinking, no, you imbecile, why would you do that? You're mainly focusing on yourself rather than on your date. And Katie, of course, lost interest, and later on when Singe was introduced to get the Energem, she fell for the Black Ranger, and it was so funny. Of course, I like Singe. I thought Singe was a very intriguing villain, and of course we only get to see just little highlights of Heckle, and not that much, and I was hoping maybe we would see more of him. I know we see quite a bit of him in previous episodes, but I've got a crush on Heckle. Of course, everybody knows that now. I don't need to hide it any longer, and I'm not ashamed. He's very handsome, and he's a snazzy dresser. I love his ensemble. I adore the steampunk goggles that he sports, and yeah, he is chic and he has no qualms about it. But Singe was a very intriguing villain and a very insidious one, and it seemed like he had more knowledge about the Energem than the other monsters did, and they were kind of suspicious at first. How do you know about the Energem? I thought, yeah, how do you know about the Energem? That seems to be a little bit of a plot hole in this particular episode. I was kind of curious, why did he have that prior knowledge? And it came out of the blue, almost like he absorbed it osmotically. That seems a little bit fishy. Well, he didn't last long anyway, so it's not like it matters, but something tells me that he's going to be back, and I'm gonna do more episode reviews of this, because of all the Power Rangers programs I have watched, I really enjoyed the original growing up as in junior high. I know this dates me quite a bit, but I was huge into Power Rangers and Power Rangers Zeo, and I kind of lost interest during the Lost in Space kind of era, even though I'm a huge Trekkie and a huge Warzy. I'm both. I don't see why the two can't get along, but I would probably lean more toward being a Trekkie than a Warzy, to be quite honest. I'll just gonna be straightforward. Then they had a series dealing with time. I should have been into time travel. I've always been into time travel, but it's just something that I just kind of fell out of because I was into high school and I got into college, and it just didn't appeal to me anymore. Ninja Storm, when I was in college, Ninja Storm came out, and I was gung-ho about Ninja Storm, even though they only had 3 main characters, which was very unusual, because if you know anything about superstition in Japanese lore, they have to have a full team of 5, because if they have 4, it's considered unlucky, because the number they have for 4 also sounds like their word for death. Sort of like with Mandarin and 3. They hate the number 3 due to that. And I thought, yeah, it does sound like death. It just sounds terrible. Yeah, it's just a little factoid on cultural reference and what I know, and trivial, tripey jazz. And anyway, I really enjoyed this episode, and seeing Chase actually become more interested in Katie was just priceless. I thought, finally he gets to redeem himself and get a second chance, and there's hope for us all if a guy like Chase can bag a girl like that, I think. And at the very end with Shelby reminding him about the grill, and he says, yeah, I've got my entire attention focused on the girl. And she says, the grill, not the girl, the grill. And he looks back at the grill, and it's on fire, and he says, ah! Of course, I did a heightened reaction of that. And he jumps out of his chair, and he runs back, he puts out the fire, and that was the end of the episode. But fantastic episode. I really love the way they morph into they transform. They power up and energize, and it's just instant. It's not like a long drawn out transformation sequence. I thought that makes sense because they don't have any time to waste when these monsters are in Amber Beach wreaking havoc. And yeah, I thought, why couldn't they have done that with the original? It would just make less time for transformation and making the Megazord. I don't know if they call it that now, but anyway, transformation sequence of the Megazord is just off the chain, unbelievable, and just sensationally good. It's just spectacular, and I am looking forward to doing more reviews of this series. It's top notch. It's the best that I've seen in a long, long time, and I have to say, I am happy being a Power Rangers geek now, even though there are a few things that I've missed, growing up and all that, but it doesn't matter. I still love it, and that's never going to change, and I'm looking forward to the movie coming up in March, too. So until next time, live long and prosper. Ciao, Tootsie.